there, you beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're gonna talk a bit more about relationships. Why? Because relationships are so important. They either make your life amazing or they make your life fucking awful. And I am not only talking about relationships which are romantic relationships, although romantic relationships are gonna be the subject of this video, but I'm talking about relationships altogether as well. Relationships with your family, with your friends, with your work, and you can have a relationship with whatever. Anyways, yeah, so I've been myself in a relationship for the last 10 years with the same person. And I guess I actually know something about relationships. And before dating him, I was in a relationship for 7 years, which was a completely different relationship. And yeah, I had a few of the short-term kind of tiny relationships before that. Yes, I'm that old. And there we go. So what I realized throughout my relationships is that relationships change. And they should change. If you've been in a relationship for the last 10, 20 or whatever years and nothing changed whatsoever, something is wrong. But the thing is, I consider a relationship good if it's capable of evolving through whatever it needs to evolve, and up to the point where everybody involved is happy. 2 people, 3 people, 4 or 5, whatever, how many people you want to have in your personal romantic relationship, doesn't matter. If it works, if you all thrive, and if you can evolve together, that means that relationship is amazing and good and worth having. But I'm going to tell you, if you are looking for a good relationship, what you need to do in order to get there. I think I might be, do I sound very narcissist? But I think I have a pretty good relationship myself. I worked a lot on it, and my partner has worked a lot on it, and we both went through hell and worse to get where we are. And we actually had to dig through a lot of serious shit to get here. The first thing I've learned through it, and I also went to partner therapy, we went through group therapy, I went through sexual therapies, like educational ones, and I can say that I really spent a lot of time learning about my sexuality and my personal kind of shit and how to deal with other people. And I also was like watching personal processes that other people had. So yeah. It's been long and it's been a lot. So I can say I've learned a lot of it. So the first rule I would I think that's the most important rule, and it's the hardest one as well, is to be honest about what you want. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you where the problem starts with honesty. The problem starts with the way we are growing up and the way we have been raised in order to become something and to think that certain thing is the only thing that can be. This is where the problem with honesty starts, because it's not a question of honesty anymore, you see. It's the question about how can we be honest with ourselves if we don't know enough possibilities. So that's problem 1 with honesty. If you want a good relationship, be honest with yourself, but also try to explore, try to learn about different types of relationships. And you can ditch half of the shit that you're gonna learn, but still, like, you need to try it out. For example, for me, when I was younger, I always had kind of suspicion that I'm not gonna be able to be with one person. It's partly because I was traumatized in a manner where I couldn't trust anyone, so being with only one person meant completely put my trust into that person. So I thought I'm polyamorous, and I went through a lot of books and I went through a lot of like personal experiences, and talking with my partner about it. And I did learn, I'm gonna make a separate video about this. Like, I am not gonna talk about whether I'm polyamorous or not in this video. It's just not important. And the thing, what I learned is that being honest with yourself is not that simple. So sometimes you think that you are something, but you're something completely, entirely different. But in order to be honest with yourself, you need to question things. So, I want a person that is like this and that. Why do I want that person? What is so special about that person? What is the need I am fulfilling throughout relationship with that person? Yada, 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 yada. Okay. And so, when you try to find a partner that kind of matches your ideal, or partners that matches your ideal relationship, you need to be honest with your partner as well. So if you are bringing yourself into the relationship, you need to bring your entire self into that relationship, not just parts of you. And that's gonna be hard as well, because we want people to like us. Yeah. So in order for people to like us, you know, we're trying to be more appealing, and don't. Honestly, if you try to be more appealing and you lie about what you really want, that's not gonna get you anywhere. There's a second problem with this. It's the part where we are actually evolving through relationships. So we are gonna change, and sometimes by exploring our innermost parts, we're gonna find something that we actually never knew that we wanted, or we kind of did, but you know, it wasn't important, and then it becomes very important. So being honest with your partner about what you want, what you need, and about the things that you just found out that you need is very important. Step number 2, find a partner that is capable of being honest with you as well about what they want, what they need. And this is a huge problem, because throughout my relationships with different people, the thing that what I notice is, like, I have a really, really great sixth sense about what people want, and I'm really good with analyzing people, so I can pretty much guess what they really want, but they will not say that this is true. So sometimes it actually, we kind of needed to be in a relationship for like 2-3 years for that person to finally open up to me and say, yeah, I do really want that. Like, I knew it right away, because I don't know, I'm a partner that's gonna support you up to the madness. Like, of course, if you're a nice partner to me, but like, people are afraid to open up to you and to admit what they truly want. And it's not something that you need to blame yourself or them for it. It's because it's the way we're raised, as certain things are very shameful, and it's very hard to open yourself up to people and to actually tell them what you really want and need. But the basis of a good relationship is to be truly a partner to your partner. It's not just a word, my partner. It is actually my companion, my partner, and it's someone who's truly a human being. So that person truly needs and wants things the same as you do. And in order to have a good relationship, you need to talk about your wants and needs, because if you don't, there's no chance that they will be fulfilled. So a basis of a good relationship is trust. And how can you trust someone if you don't really know them, or if that person doesn't really know you? And there we have another problem. I could talk about this forever. Like, if you lie to someone, you cannot build trust, because there is a part of you that you're kind of hiding behind, and that part of you is not getting any attention or love. So you as a whole being, you don't feel as if you trust someone, because you are taking a part of yourself and you're pulling it behind, and then you kind of like you can't really connect. It's like being in a, I don't know, in the basement of a fortress, and you don't tell anyone that there is a basement in your fortress. And then one day they can unlock it and they're like, what the fuck is this? You don't want that to happen in your relationship. That's what happens when people cheat. That's what happens when people like break up out of the blue. Or if they get a divorce, they just come to you and say like, I don't love you anymore, I want a divorce. It's not a thing that happened yesterday or like a day before. It's a continuous thing that was happening because of the lack of communication and because of the lack of trust, love, and partnership. Honesty and trust. But honesty first, because honesty builds trust, is the basis of every relationship. It's the basis of every good relationship. But I beg you, if someone is honest with you, do not tell them to fuck off, because like that person is opening up to you, even if it's something that you don't want to hear. You're gonna have to hear it. There are differences, of course, if you're in an abusive relationship, but that's another pair of socks. Like, I'm talking about relationship between two, well, there's no normal people in the world, but like normal enough people. And if that person really wants you, needs you, or needs something with you, like, you shouldn't say no to that person. Anyways, guys, this is just an intro to what I think is really important in relationships, but I will talk about, I talked about why monogamy sometimes sucks, so I might talk about why polyamory sometimes sucks. I might talk about what is the best way to kind of find a suitable partner for yourself. But I see I'm already at like, I don't know, 15 minutes, so I will cut it off because I notice people don't hold up their interests for that long, so I might be better in splitting it into a different video. And anyways, thanks for watching this video, thanks for subscribing if you did. If you didn't, please do, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.